wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
One,
Kid can't even read.
two.
Get the fuck out.
Oh, good for you.
Hello, boobies.
Ooh, welcome to the delayed CommanderSmiths, and why is my camera still when I'm just editing, and what the hell is happening? Oh.
We are CommanderSmiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
This is fucking weird. It's like
Funny thing is, literally a minute ago, I was like, I'm so glad that things don't fuck up nearly as much as they did 7 years ago. Like, so this is my fault.
Yeah, I was hearing clicks and stuff like that while all of our intro stuff was happening. It was weird just seeing me move my hands and do stuff like 10 seconds later. Wrench, said acid trip edition. Yeah.
That's real cool.
Oh gosh. All right. So yeah, this is all right. I'm catching up. I'm only like a half a second behind now, I think. Wait, I'll raise my hand.
This is gonna be you though. This is your fault. Your internet, your computer.
Yeah. This is all me.
If it's my side, it's only me.
It's not, this is like 10 seconds.
Hey, what are we gonna do today?
Well, this is episode 359. That's up to you. You do the what are we gonna do today? We got a lot of.
I was just trying to move us forward. 359. I'll write that down.
Three.
Still doesn't mean I'll type it in properly. But
yeah, no, you always put 2. It's like you're taking 100 away from us at this point.
Yeah. Well, we could easily scratch about 100 of these.
Yeah,
all right?
That's a good point.
So today there is a secret layer chaos edition. Is that what it's called again? Chaos.
Yeah, something like
acid trippy, but it's the vagina island.
Yeah, it's sold out. It's ridiculous.
It's already sold out.
It's the foil
I hope
one.
people understand that they should not fuck their magic cards.
Right. If you get a boner while playing your magic cards, it isn't a good thing, because most likely there's like a 95 or 99% chance you're playing with a bunch of dudes, because that's what the magic percentage it feels like with guys that get gals.
But if you get really mad and stat up quick, you can flip the table with your dick. That's what I would say is the goal.
Some of us can't, Lowry. Some of us can't.
But I mean,
oh, good for you deserve this,
goal,
Lowry.
I meant dream.
Oh, good for you.
Hey, at least my buttons
so we
are
got
on
that.
time.
I mean, it's already out of the way at this point, right? Then we are going to talk about the top colorless cards. It's like Fave 5 core cards for Commander. It is old school. We did this
episode
at the
7.
beginning.
Episode 7 was episode 7 was the last one, because we did artifacts last, I think, or maybe it was the other way around. This might have been the first one. So yeah, geez, this is gonna throw me off. I want to turn my monitor off so you can't see me. It's all freaking delayed. So yeah, we're going back 302 episodes ago, and we never touched this again. You had mentioned, this was kind of your idea to be like, hey, let's circle around and see what we have for our older episode stuff, and a lot of things have changed. So there's not a lot of overlap here. So this will be an interesting one, and it's different.
A new episode with a similar, the same idea, but it's more condensed. Basically, it's just showing the improvement that we've done. It only took 7 years to improve.
Yeah. Look at my Zoolander face right there. That frozen Zoolander face. I'm doing blue steel. Yes. Oh damn it! It went away.
Oh. And then we have Stump the Smith Savant with RoboCop trying to stump me.
Yep. So this would be week 2. So yeah, RoboCop's gonna try to get you here. Again, we have it's been a while since we've done this because we got hammered and we were off and all that stuff. But it's Black Panther. Oh, why am I showing this? Because you're gonna see this in about 10 seconds. But it's Black Panther proxy, foil proxy, the first 3 weeks. So that is what is up for grabs. I think let's introduce the new thing that kind of teased at the Discord a little bit. We're going to start a new thing here. Why are you squinting? You just don't want to see me? Cover me off of that?
No, I'm doing like hand motions and it's like off camera.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
Adjusting.
So we are going to start this new thing. So yes, we had done Malort for years, and every $15, the Malort, we would, take the shot and look at 2 episodes ago. That was our shitty episode, or actually, I guess it'd be last episode. We're going to change it up though. We're going to kind of do more of like a raffle giveaway, and these will stay up until we hit the goal. So for this right now, we have a foil Great Henge, the party tree from Lord of the Rings. So we have it up for 100. The goal is the $100. So every dollar that you guys donate, that's one entry into trying to win this. You could put in just $1 and then just wait till we hit it, and maybe your name gets drawn and you get a Great Henge for $1. So basically, once we hit that $100, Malort is still involved, but it's once we hit the goal. Once we hit the goal, we'll take a shot that day. And then let me just show people really quick. I'd rather people see this than me because my stuff is all delayed. But as you can see right here, we have this nice little spinning wheel here, and it has mine and Lowry's names on it just to kind of show you. But once we get 100, we'll get 100 entries. We'll put all the names in right here. Hit the spin wheel, and then we'll hit it 3 times actually, or we'll pick a number. Lowry will pick a number. We'll hit it that many times, and then whoever hits it, then you win the party tree or whatever we're giving away. So we're gonna continue to do this, and there you hear the applause and all that. So this is gonna be our new little giveaway for people. So yeah, it'll be changing every time. Obviously, we have Great Henge here. We might have less expensive cards up there. We might have more expensive, but all the price will change depending on the card. So you're basically going to be getting the card for face value. So if somebody was like, "Hey, I want to buy the party tree from the CommanderSmiths," you can just buy it for $100, and you're automatically going to get it. That's just what's going to happen. But if you want to try to win this, press your luck a little bit. You throw $1, throw $5, $10. Every dollar gets your name in there 1 time. So if you throw $5, your name's in there 5 times. Does that make sense? Did I miss anything there? No?
I think you're good.
Okay. Why are you smiling?
Just don't sue us if we fuck it up.
Yeah, right. Right. That's a good point.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Well, it looks like
also probably Nick Bundy can't enter for $1 because that motherfucker wins all the time.
Right. That or Tad. I feel like Tad would win if
Tad couldn't have some luck there too.
Yeah. So yeah, that you can see the Great Henge meter right there we got on there. So once we hit that $100, we're writing down names as soon as people donate and the amount, and then that's how many times you get entered in there. So the kind of the key thing here is you got to be on live to be able to enter, like, because we're not going to be seeing people that donate when we're not on. So you got to be live. So try to join us on Mondays at 9 p.m. Central if you can, or I guess it's Tuesday right now. But so that's the big thing there. And
I was going to talk to you. I think next week, can we do Tuesday as well? I want to watch the national championship. Notre Dame.
Well, I guess you do have that. Yeah, we could. So Tuesday, we'll be Tuesday again next week. I was about to say
Tuesday.
We're back on our regular scheduled program, but it doesn't look like it. Will be one more. God, I'm annoying myself with my video. I don't know how to get this to stop doing it. Stupid.
Anybody watching us on YouTube, just close your eyes and act like it's audio, I guess.
I should just put a picture up of me instead of an actual video, because I just look like the bad dubbed over MXC, Most extreme challenge.
Why did you call that bad? It's amazing.
Well, the
All
bad
right.
dubbed over. Well, it is amazing.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that's a good point. Okay, so that's the giveaway. So that is open, and it stays open until we hit that $100. So we'll probably keep referencing it each week. Oh, come on, Tad.
Get the fuck out of here, Tad.
Get the fuck out.
No one likes that.
Get-
Get out. Vikings didn't win.
the fuck
Yeah.
out!
We should have just recorded yesterday.
Yeah, right. We could
That was
have.
brutal.
By the time that game was out of hand, we could have jumped on and recorded. Okay, so that was the giveaway stuff. Let's hit up that secret lair really quick.
You're frozen on a big smile there, buddy. I like that. Look at that.
Oh, there we go. Bill from Woodbury is our first donation. So I will write Bill and Ibukaki. Whoa, Ibukaki, big
Jesus.
25. All right, Bill is a 5. And we got Alex or Ibukaki. Sorry, I said your name wrong there, is 25. So just for example, Bill has 5 entries in there and Alex has 25. So right now the chances of Alex winning this big ass great henge. God, my stupid smile. That is very distracting.
Looks good.
It's like when you pause a movie and it's like at the worst pause. Like we always are like, look how we paused it. Funny, cool story. All right, let's get to the secret layer. Might as well hit the button there. Here we go.
Just look at the cards.
It's a secret. Yeah, so what do we got here, Laura? We got this Chaos Vault, which...
Once I heard it was basic lands, I did not give a F.
Right.
Like,
let's just jump. Oh, I think I can get into the actual Chaos Vault area.
$40 for 10
Yeah.
basic lands.
So they changed it up a bit. We're getting 10 of each of one card instead of one of each card. I will say that's a little bit better because think of that. We were only getting half the amount of these cards. Oh, geez. Tad is a 10. Oh, man. We're going to hit this goal a lot quicker than I was thinking.
They like the idea. All right.
All right. So Tad is a 10. All right. So that is I'm keeping track of all you guys there. So value-wise, let's just show off each one of them, which is kind of annoying that I can't do individually or each one. You know, I have to do it each package. But so we got here's planes. It's
Secret Lair Island Volvo foils.
Yeah.
Sold out this afternoon. That's
yeah,
a good one.
so here's the plains ones. Here's the swamp, and wait till we get to island because it's a vagina. So there's no hiding it, and there is a vagina there. I actually kind of dig the mountain, as in it reminds me of Devil's Tower a little bit. You know, kind of has a little Devil's Tower feel to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like that.
And then we get. It's funny they leave forest. Or Jesus. All right. So now
Oh.
you guys, we're gonna hit this so freaking quick. We're gonna have to get another one up for next week. All right. All right. Quinn. What was that? It was $10. All right.
10. Yep.
All right.
But since it's Quinn, we can cut that in half.
So we got our, what is this one? This one's the swamp. Oh no, forest. I dig the forest one too. It's kind of a
I mean, look, they look nice. I don't hate the art style. It's just the price. I hate the price.
yeah. 30 and
Hey,
40.
ooh.
Whoa.
That is a clitoris there.
Yeah. So then we got the island up, which is there's no hiding it. It's not like off to the side or hidden somewhere. It's right smack in the middle. I showed Cindy at dinner tonight. I was like, check this one out. And she was like, oh, that's a vagina.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
30, 40, you know, for the amount, again, you're getting double the amount of normally when you get one of each. But the thing is I only want one of each for the collection. So this kind of sucks for me because I was like a no-go. I'm not going to spend, you know, what is it, $200 to get one of each and then have, you know, 9 of these extra. So for me, this is definitely...
That's not true.
What?
That's not
No
true.
Smith knows where the clitoris is. Nice, Ibukagi.
I that's the only thing I know where it's at.
Oh, wait, I gotta give you that.
Oh, good for you.
So yeah, I mean, 30, 40 bucks. Again, when we talk about the foil basics, for the really cool ones, you can get those up to $10 plus for foils, and for non-foils, between 5 and 8. These, I don't know. Do they stay besides the vagina one?
The vagina one has
it's your only spec target. I
it
think.
has it's the only speckable one, and it's gone.
Yeah. Well, you can get non-foils still for 30. So foils are gone. The shiny vaginas are gone, but the basic.
That's a good
bitches
reference.
are-
Georgia O'Keeffe. She puts vaginas in all her paintings.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. This one is. I passed on this one. I did not have any desire. I'm pretty sure you're in the same boat as me on that. Like this did nothing for me besides the island, right? I mean that did something, but Mr. Anderson. All right.
Donated a $5. All right. Yeah, I mean, I've complained many times about basic lands. I probably would do this, but I also would I like to hit that $100 mark so that there's free shipping.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to spend $100 on basic lands. Like I might go out and get one set of these if I could include it with other things.
Right.
But that it's just not an option here unless I want to get
10 of them.
at least 3 sets of these, and I don't. So
Yeah,
I won't.
I think I like the plains art.
I mean, it's all good art.
The swamp's a little weird, but I mean, whatever. It's better than what I could do. And then, of course, the island. I do like the forest. Yeah. Again, it's too much. I don't want to spend $200 to get these.
Right.
But you definitely. I think if you go by the numbers of what I've talked about with basic lands before, you're still looking at $100 for a foil one if you can sell these for $10 a piece. Minus fees, you're probably at 85, so you're almost at a double up. I just don't know how fast these are going to sell and how desirable these are. You know, like do this with, what were the ones? The synthwave ones. I really like those. Those I would definitely have done. Maybe some of like the Godzilla lands or any of that other stuff. I would have done it there, but these I'm not going to put in any particular deck. So for me, it's a pass. For you, it's a pass potentially. Yeah,
For sure.
All right, so that's it. That's all we want to talk about with the secret layer. Let me get over her. Close down some of this stuff. All right, so we're kind of moving along pretty good here. Thank you guys already for the donations.
You want a mouth button? Or
Wasn't
what?
it core cards for Commander? I think that's what it was, if I remember correctly.
Is we still have that button, or is that
No,
gone?
I mean, I probably could go back to our audio and find it.
Did we even have a? We didn't have a button back
We
then.
didn't. Nope.
It was all mouth buttons.
Yep, mouth buttons. Oh. Okay, so we are over, just by the way, we are over the halfway mark to hitting that great Henge foil. So it's at $55 at this point. So good job, guys, so far. Again, we hit that 100. If we hit it today, we'll do the drawing today too. Lowry, since you won the one drop tournament, I think it's only deserving that you get the first pick, and it better be the one that it should be. Oh, we do need to say what our parameters are on this, right? What are we excluding?
Okay. No rocks. Look, rocks are important. Everybody knows that. Even new players, like Soul Ring is the face of Commander, and there's a bunch of cards that you can go and get. They're really simple to talk about. We have no interest in talking about them. So we're going to talk about non-rock rocks, or not rock artifacts. So
Quinn brought up a good point. There's a nice looking cup. I didn't have my cup. I have my stupid Vikings cup because I'm not drinking today. I'm drinking regular beverage, so I forgot to get my beer cup. Okay, yeah. So
you could go and buy these cups on.
good call.
I don't know.
Yeah,
What
our
is it?
store. It's on my eBay account. It's on the link below or in our description below, so you can check that out. That is one of the a couple things we have for sale. We also sold some metal tokens this week. So metal tokens, mugs. I haven't put our playmats up there yet, but I'll get those up here soon.
Did you pull the Great Henge off of your eBay yet, or can somebody go buy that and totally fuck up this whole thing?
They could buy. There's 2 of them, so somebody really here. But this will pop up on screen in about 30 seconds. But this is the Great Henge in foil. If people want to look at it, you're not seeing it now, but you will in a second. And I just put it down. You'll see how delayed this is. Okay, so you said no mono rocks, no rocks at all. You also mentioned the colors, right? Because I got distracted, so I wasn't.
Oh, yeah. It's colorless. This is technically colorless. So it's not just artifacts. It could have Eldrazi.
So things like
My
the
list
Great
doesn't.
Henge won't be in there.
Right. So if it's a colored artifact, those would end up being in whatever color they are. This is going to be a color cycle of segments going in the future. Also talking about in the past, we used to have like 30, 40 cards, and we went for 2 hours, and now we have our style, which is like Fave 5. It has stuff that we want to talk about. We don't have to fight about the order or what's in there. We just get to talk about the cards that we want.
Yep.
And that's how this is, but we are focusing on basically the most important non-rock colorless / artifacts that you should have in your toolbox or any of that thing, right?
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yep. No, that's perfect.
Right.
While you're picking your number 1, I'm going to disconnect my camera and connect it again and see if that helps. So I'll disappear for a second. So go ahead. What is your number 1 pick there, Lau?
And you have expectations of what I'm going to pick?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll do it.
I'm back.
Hey, hi.
Done that a while ago.
We talk about this card often. It is probably both of our favorite cards, and it's kind of crazy. We are very different people. I think we have different opinions. And oh no, not that one. Okay.
That isn't the one you're doing?
It is.
You son of a bitch.
It's top.
I was like, what?
It's top. And Sensei's Divining Top, it's great because it is the best card draw, card selection spell in every color except for maybe blue.
Yeah.
And it's still good in a blue deck. And that's the big thing, that's when you know it's really good. When something is doing ramp is really good. Artifact ramp is really good in all of the colors, but it's not as good in green. Like you kind of, it diminishes itself a bit. To whereas Sensei's Divining Top is just good everywhere, all the time.
Yeah. It technically could go in every single deck. I mean,
yep.
I haven't been put in every single deck
all of these, they're colorless.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some of these where it's like, fit in the theme and all that stuff, you douchebag. Wait, no, I'm going to call you what I called you on the text message, you butt crack.
You butt crack.
But the cool thing with this one, too, not only like it's great to help you when you get mono screwed or setting your top, getting things figured out if you're looking for answers, but it also protects itself. Like, it's very, very difficult to remove this from the game. Like, any other card in the game, there's a way to remove it. I mean, there is a way to remove it, but it's difficult to get rid of this guy. And so for a 1 drop and 1 to be able to do its ability is ridiculous. And I think probably the best thing for it is that Urza's Saga can go and find this card, right?
It is the best thing you can go and get with Urza's Saga. I agree.
Oh, damn it. I could
agree.
have put Urza's Saga,
I mean,
right?
the other
No,
thing,
that's a lie.
Renshai, you're saying that you only have it in 1 deck, and I would say I only have it in not 1 deck, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Out of the 20 I have, 19 of them have it. It is my most used card. I don't feel bad about it whatsoever. Maybe it's just a personal preference, but I love the card. It not only is it really good, but it's fun, and it feels like I'm not wasting time or space or...
And that's the thing, is that people bitch about the fact that this card it slows the play down. Well, whoever's doing it doesn't know how to play or hasn't played with it enough. You know, like, you should be doing this at proper times, and it shouldn't take you that long to figure out which cards you're putting up on top and all that. So I know there's that argument out there, but it just, once you play with it enough, you know what you're going for. If you know what your deck's doing, you know what you need to get. You look at 3 cards, you can figure out where you want to put it. So there is no downside to this card. That's kind of where I'm at with that. So I think that's like our overall number 1. But that
Right.
is your pick
for
there.
us personally. And again, all of these are likely going to be something that you should have in your collection and use in your deck building stuff. So
Yep. Okay. My first pick. I'm just, because I'm a nerd and I love it. I'm gonna pick the One Ring. So the One Ring is a fantastic card. Let's do that one. It can go in any deck. It protects itself. It's indestructible. It gives you the thing that people tend to always miss is that you gain protection from everything until end of turn. That's always great when you play this late game, mid game, early. It's awesome because it's good card draw. With Commander, you have enough life that this typically doesn't kill you. I mean, if you do it a lot and you can abuse it, there's ways you can abuse it. You can not abuse it. You can just do it normally. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this card. Awesome card draw. Kind of similar in not that Sensei's is a good card draw. It's good figuring out what you need, finding answers and all that. This is just probably one of the best card draws that can go in any deck. So if you're lacking card draw in a certain deck, a certain color, plop this in there. I don't put it in every deck, but I do put it in decks that I have I'm at lower end on the card draw or for that little protection for a turn. I do like that if you have a way to flicker this, you can do that more than once because it is an ETB effect. It is not. Oh, no, it is. If you cast it, you gain it. So flickering does not work. Take that back, scratch it, rewind. You do have to cast it. But if you can
it does have
pop it to your hand and then play it again, then you can have that protection. That doesn't, like I said, a lot of people forget about that. So that's not something that I base it around. It's more of if the deck is lacking draw.
you're doing it for the draw. And I totally agree with you on this. This is one that I do feel bad about playing. This is in the heuristic study category of just it's almost too good. It can really warp a game. And so I agree with you. You're saying the same thing. I'm just putting different descriptors on it. It's something where I need it in a deck because I'm not drawing enough cards, and it's one of those that you just kind of plug in and then it instantly makes the deck just a bit better to drawing and getting enough cards in your hand. And it is really a powerful card. I do if I were to try and I make it a little bit less oppressive or whatever, it'd take away that indestructible part.
You're right.
Or every time that you tap it, you take the damage instead of as an
the
upkeep trigger.
Yeah. I think the indestructible part is actually kind of more fair because then you can't destroy it if it's hurting you. You know what I'm saying?
You could just sacrifice it. There's so many different
that's-
things
yeah,
that
that's a
allow
good
you to
point.
sacrifice it. That
But I think you're right. Either one would make it not as expensive of a card. Remember when this got spoiled?
Right.
We were like, this is really good. But we didn't think it was as good as it ended up being. Once you start seeing it in play,
I think it was still our number one though.
Yeah, I think it was too. But it wasn't holy shit. When we were dreaming about what is the One Ring going to be. And then this was revealed. We're like, okay. That's pretty cool. It's a good card draw. But then once you started to see it in action, it was like, oh shit, this is actually really, really, really good. So Renshai says he only plays it in high power or CEDH. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it gets played in. Well, I mean, they had to ban it freaking modern because it was being played way too much. So it's just that 4 casting cost is nothing. That's easy to get this sucker
Nothing.
up. So
yeah, I mean, maybe if it came into play tapped, it'd be a bit better. I mean, or not better, but
more fair.
not there's enough people complaining about it that you feel like it should be changed a little bit. Obviously, we can't.
Yeah.
But that's where it is. I don't want it to go. I don't want to get banned by any means.
Right. No.
It'd be nice to tone it down a little bit. So this is one of those cards that we've talked
maybe
about in the past,
only have
watch where you're putting it because the more
only
you
one
play
per
it,
deck, right? That's
yeah.
Wow.
Yep,
wow,
that would
wow.
fix it. That would fix it. Next one.
Yep. Go ahead.
Shit.
Yeah. Now it's like the drafting. What is he gonna choose?
It
or
is a
what are you
little
gonna
bit.
choose?
I'll go with Lord of the Rings as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mithril Coat.
You fucker. You're a fucker. Fuck you. God damn
we're
it.
both agreeing.
Yeah, I know, but that was my next pick. Like, I'm like, oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I mean, we're kind of going back and forth. We are on the same spot. So it's 3 mana, legendary artifact equipment, flash indestructible. When it comes into play, you get to equip it for free to a legendary creature you control. That legendary creature has indestructible and it has equip 3. All of it is good.
Mhm.
And the flash part is crazy.
Amazing.
And
The only thing it's missing is giving you that hexproof. But you don't need, like, this is just, you fizzle somebody's spell or you save something of yours. It also has indestructible. It equips for free to a legendary. So basically it's for your commander protection. Like, I use
and it
this
can go in any
all
deck
the time. Yes.
It can go in any deck.
You're such a douche. But yes, it can go in any deck because it's for your commander. This is definitely one of those
Colorless.
that I would put in every deck. I try to put this in as much. I need to make a proxy this one. I've not made a proxy yet, so
Oh, for sure. I would love that.
yeah, I've been either using the actual copies, which is against my rules of proxies. I normally proxy at over $5.
It's like a $15, $20 card
yeah,
now.
it's approaching $20 for any printing of this. So I'm gonna actually write it down. Oh, almost forgot. At some point, I got to open this present that you gave me for Christmas. We forgot to open on the last
that's right.
episode.
But yeah, Mythical Coat is just a great way of protecting your commander. I mean, obviously, it could be other legendary creatures or anything, but really, it's for your commander. It's just great protection. It's great to have it up. I like this a lot better than like a counter spell. You know what I mean? This is one of those cards that feels like a counter spell.
Right.
It feels like you're
See,
like if somebody's looking to block and kill your commander when you attack, and you just go, well, indestructible, we're good to go. Whatever tricks you got, it really doesn't matter. Obviously it's still kind of rough to path and plow, but it's really fucking good.
yeah, no, I like I said, it goes in a lot of decks. Ibukaki, stop it. I'll get this one. I was busy over Christmas and all that stuff, and then being sick, and then we got hammered, and so I didn't make proxies. I apologize. I made Black Panther proxies, and that's pretty much it.
It'd be great.
Yeah. All right. I love that card. I guess. Is there anything else with Mithril Coat?
Get it for your collection. It can go in every deck.
Well, I won't ask that question yet, but I will ask the question at the end about Mithril. Something on that. Okay. My next pick is one that I put in a shit ton of decks. So I almost forgot about this until I was kind of going through my decks, but Roaming Throne.
Okay. I'm glad you did this.
I put this in a crap ton of decks. Like, since this came out, it's probably gone in 90% of the new decks that I've made. Anything that has a trigger for your commander, or if you're playing a tribal deck and you have triggers of stuff like it's just awesome. Like, it comes in, you choose the creature type. Tribal stuff, fantastic. Commander stuff, fantastic. It has protection on itself with the Ward too. It's just crazy how much where this fits. And now, holy shit. Okay, so this is over $20. This is approaching 30 at this point. So it's just, and this is one that I do have a proxy of because I do put it in so many decks. But yeah, so I out of the ones we've talked about for the new ones, I think I personally put this in the most. Not Sensei's, but out of the new ones with the One Ring, Mithril Coat, and Roaming Throne, I put this in the most. Only because Mithril Coat, I don't have a proxy yet. So I've used my copies that I have.
That generally does, lower that.
Yeah.
And this is one that I don't have a lot of Kindred decks, so I might have this in one of my decks, but I couldn't even tell you which one. So it wasn't something for me, but I totally get it. And it has the numbers, and it has the decks that it goes into. Definitely a card that you want in your collection. You're going to use it,
right? And
not something that goes in every deck.
Well, yeah, not every deck, but I mean, it isn't just tribal stuff because I do have it in the Black Panther Heir Apparent deck, obviously, because you want the triggers of all that. But it's also in my Storm deck because Storm is doing triggers, and this is doubling Storm's triggers. So anything that has
that is true.
A triggered ability, it doesn't have to be tribal. As long as your commander, you're matching that, you're getting 2 of that. So
as
that
long as your commander has a trigger,
yeah,
then you can double it up. And I get that. I get it. I just
Bill is saying he has a Mazarek. Well, that'd be great in there because you're sacking and you're getting the double trigger of that. So yeah,
it does a lot of work. It fits a lot of places. But out of the 4 that we've done so far, I'd say it fits in the least amount.
Right. I think the first 3 could go in every single deck.
I am glad that you picked this. It's good. It's really, really good. Like when it comes down in your Merfolk deck with the exploring,
it's stupid.
It's downright disgusting.
Yeah.
Like I have no interest in playing the game anymore.
I quit. You flip
it's
you
not
flip
because you're about
tables
to
with
win,
your
but it's just
dong,
because
your huge
turn-
dong.
Everybody that complains about your long turns, this is the epitome of that. Like,
that is true.
I had 10 triggers before, now I have 20.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Like, damn it.
And then you got to, that one especially is when it gets really long. All right, Lowry, what is your third overall pick?
This is probably what I should have picked last time just to give you a coat. But we're gonna go with the winner of the tournament and Skull Clamp.
There you go. Wait, Travis is saying Hackball. Yep, Hackball is the one that I play Roaming Throne, and that is perfect. All right, so Skull Clamp. Yep, I thought this one.
And so this one also, in my opinion, doesn't go in every deck. It can because it's colorless. But like I much prefer this in like a token style deck or something that likes things dying. For me personally, so I need that to want to put it into a deck. But it is one of the best draw engines spells out there. And it did win our 1-drop tournament. Out of all the 1-drops, this was the one that everybody voted for.
Not the
it has to be on this list, right?
Yeah,
one of the best colorless spells out there.
That's why I put it on the thumbnail because I figured it was gonna.
What's that?
That's why I had it on the thumbnail for this because I was like, I mean, it won the tournament. One of us has to choose this no matter what.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, but drawing 2 cards to basically sacrifice a creature for 1 is bonkers.
Yeah.
That's such a good rate.
And it's also, I mean, kind of like pseudo protection if you aren't doing like, crazy stuff. You're like, oh, I'll just throw this on my commander. You want to kill my commander? I'll draw 2 cards if you kill my commander. So it has some fun synergies there. Or not synergies, more of, deals. Do you want to kill this? If you do, I draw 2. That's a big deterrent against people killing your commander.
Kaikar, this is crazy in Kaikar. You put this in Teysa, your Teysa Death, like Death and Taxes deck, where it's doubling the triggers. So instead of
Drawing
2, you get
draw
4.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking crazy ass card. And it's very, very, very good in a lot of decks. And then it's just good in every other deck. So one that you definitely want in your toolbox, something that if you're buying precons, it'll eventually show up in your collection.
Right.
But
at this point, they've been printing it like crazy lately.
And it's still a $5 to $10 card,
Yep.
right?
Yep. It's approaching 10 across the board. We have the cheapest version around mid 6s. So yeah, this is getting back up there. I mean, it's been printed like 6 times in the last year and a half or whatever.
Right.
We went for the longest time without a print, and then it was like, hey, now we're just going to throw it in every single commander deck.
Gonna do it. Just like Lightning Greaves, like a couple times a year. Let's do this.
Yeah. And Lightning Greaves still stays up there around that same amount, that same price. Okay. My next one is kind of, I feel like I'm stealing one from you because this is also one of the cards that Lowry was playing with before I was. But it's Crucible of Worlds is what my third overall would be. I would say this. This is very good. It's a good card, but if you don't play fetches, I wouldn't play this card. Like I wouldn't. This wouldn't be as high of a draw for you, unless you have land decks. Sacrifice lands and go in your graveyard kind of decks.
Some type of mill, self mill could like this quite a bit too.
So yeah, any type of those synergies. But if you're like us and I have at least 5 fetch lands in every single deck, this technically could go in every one of those decks. I don't always put it in decks. It normally has to fit with the theme. But I could, and it'd be very good because you're just pulling those fetch lands and keep using them over and over again, going through your deck. So I guess my caveat with this is, if I know I said it weird.
You know,
both
I don't
times.
speak Spanish.
If you play fetches, like in most of your decks, then this should be towards the top of your list. If you don't, only if you have decks that you use that kind of thing. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. But I think it's really good. You played this card for years and years and years, and I never played. It was really expensive for the long. I mean, it still is expensive, but it was really expensive for the longest time. And so that's kind of why I didn't pick it up. And I wasn't playing fetches. Once I started playing fetches, I was like, oh yeah, this card makes sense.
and the big thing is that it just allows you, like, there are so many things that it allows you to just hit your land drops, right? And as long as you can consistently get, if you can get a fetch, let's not talk about my Stump the Smith percentage against Crucible of Worlds either. I've never read any of the flavor text apparently. But it allows you to just hit your land drops, and as long as you're not in a super high competitive CEDH where the game is over by turn 4, like this card is great, especially in non-green decks. It's gonna do a ton of work for you if you're doing the fetches, like you're saying, or self-mill. But those are kind of my caveats. I'm just happy with it in a blue-white deck, because if right now I've been in like a year or two kick of like, I really like looting, so drawing a card, discarding a card. And so if I'm able to just discard my lands willy-nilly because I have a Crucible of Worlds in play, it feels so good. I get to just fill my hand up in choice and still play my lands. And so that might be a bias for the last 2 years, because Merfolk Looter has been fantastic, and I've always liked Gaia Reach Sanitarium, like that. Those kind of cards have been speaking to me for a while. But Crucible Worlds, I've been playing it for a decade, never unhappy to see it.
Yep. All right, Lowry, number 4. 2 more picks for core.
Two more for me. Okay.
Commander.
Are we gonna be dickheads about this? Like, these two have to be on the list, but we don't want to talk about them.
I know. Do we pick them, or do we just have them as like honorable mentions?
You got them. I'm not worried about it.
I'm waiting for you to pick it.
I don't want to. I gotta.
There's a couple.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 that I want to talk about. I'll take Hearth and Home off the list. I'm gonna go Swords of Feast and Famine.
Oh, I wasn't sure the swords would necessarily make it in here. All right, Sword of Feast. Okay.
Feast and Famine. This gives you +2/+2 protection from green, protection from black, both really popular, highly used colors, so they're very relevant. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, which is whatever. But you untapping all of your lands when you get that hit in is crazy. And again, it's really good in every deck, and it feels like an extra turn. It literally feels like an extra turn. You just make sure that you play out whatever, most efficiently, however you want to do it. Drop the big stuff, untap, and then you're keeping open, your removal or your counter spells, your instant speed interaction, and your sorcery speed plays that you want to do. It all happens.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do your instant speed interaction, who cares? It's all bonus. It's great.
Right.
Secondarily, if you have something like huge with flash, like Jin Gataxias Core Augur, you can double up your mana within the attack step, and cast it. So if you have 5 mana, you tap the 5, hit with Feast and Famine, untap, tap it again, play Jin Gataxias on fucking turn 5.
Because you're saying it's at flat.
When you have that flash speed. So
right.
if it doubles up your mana with flash speed in that regard, that's the best card I like doing it with, but it doesn't mean there's not other cards.
Right.
That, like, if you're having trouble casting something like Cryptic Command because it's 3 blue or whatever, and you only have 2, you could still cast Cryptic Command for like the bounce and the draw if you're just trying to look for some value. Like, there's a lot of little things with untapping your lands, and it just feels like you're taking another turn. And people just going, I'd say about 75% of the time that I hit them with it, they don't even care about you untapping, because they're like,
Right.
I gotta discard a card? Fuck you.
Right.
Like, they don't want to discard a card, and that's the least thing. I don't care about that part,
Right.
but it still is annoying enough that it can really fuck people over. So I know this one's probably more me than you, but
Yeah, I don't have it in
I-
many deck. I might have it in one deck, but it's good. I mean, you're playing it. You're going protection from black and green. You're most likely getting through, because there's a deck that's, you know, those are the 2 probably most popular colors. I guess you throw blue in there too, but yeah, the untapped stuff, like that's why Bear Umbra is so good. Like the untapping the lands there. Anything that allows you to do that is ridiculous, because like you said, it's like a second turn. I dig it. We are gonna tell you that was on our last time list, and actually
was it? Okay.
Clamp, and well, I'll get to that at the end. Once we get done with this, I'll go
Okay.
over what we had before. All right, so that was your 4th. You only have 1 more pick left.
I know.
Shoot, there's so many.
What do
here.
you have 2 though? You have 2.
I know.
You can pick the one that we don't want. to
No,
pick.
it's boring.
Pick it. I know,
It's
but
bo-
it's absolutely supposed to be here.
But I tend to play those less lately. You know, I've been saying that I haven't been auto including those unless
Right.
I need.
But
the
that's just
haste
because
stuff.
you're getting bored of them. Doesn't mean that they're not amazing.
I'll leave that for you.
Let's see what you pick here, though.
Oh, you know, one that is always tends to be a threat. And I play this one quite a bit. Is Aetherflux Reservoir.
Wasn't sure if that was going to be picked.
Yeah, I was.
Shit.
So
Okay.
I
All
tend to play this one quite a bit. It's in a lot of decks for me. Obviously, if I say I play this card a bit, then I repeat it by saying it a different way. But yeah, so I spell sling a lot. Play a lot of cards. We tend to play a lot of stuff on our turns, I guess.
Oh, good
Yeah.
for you.
So the gaining life is really good, and that paying the 50 life is nice to have in there as well. But it doesn't go on decks that necessarily I need to use that part. Sometimes it's just more of, I'm casting a lot of spells, I'm going to gain a lot of life. That's going to be a good bonus in there. You would think like, oh, well, this should be in a life gaining deck. It doesn't need to be. If you're playing a lot of spells, drawing a lot of cards, you can get this sucker to go off. I think it's a great player removal. And like I said, it's just a card I play a ton. It's in a lot of my decks. I said it again for a 4th time. But yeah, I mean, when people see Aetherflux Reservoir hit the table, most people are like, we have to get rid of that card. We need to get rid of that card or get rid of that player, because that threat of paying 50 life is at instant speed, or if that player is getting close to it, there's a clock on the table when this hits the board. It's either get that
I
player
think
to
it is
control.
a great, like, it's not necessarily like a game ender. It's not a Blightsteel Colossus, but it is a threat on the table, and this is I do really, really like it. It's not hard to cast 3 spells in a turn, and gain 6 life, and just do that every turn. Like, that's not hard. It's not easy, but it's not hard to do, and so it's great.
Yeah, it fits well in more decks than you would think. Like I guess you know, like I was just saying earlier. Yes, it fits fantastic in any life gaining deck, but it also is fantastic in any spell slinging. And we know there's a lot of spell slingers out there. It's great in that. It's great in lots of creature deck, like casting. Like you said, it's easy to cast that.
Yeah, it's not a bad card in an elf deck.
Right.
Like when you drop 4 elves a turn and just fucking, you're gaining so much life.
Yeah.
And it's just another way to win. That's the other thing too, is like, it can just be an alternate win in a creature deck.
Mm-hmm.
You're casting enough spells, and if somebody's like, you can't attack me for whatever reason, you're like, okay, well, I'm still gonna try and gain as much life
And remove.
and just hit you for 50.
Yep.
It's a great card. Completely agree. This is definitely one that I try and not put in too many decks, because it can go in a lot of our decks with our style that we like just draw a bunch, play a bunch, and keep on moving forward. To whereas like this could be in probably 30 to 50% of my decks, and it might be in 4, which is 25% of my decks.
It's a 5% lower or 15,
Yeah.
depending on how you're seeing it.
But yeah, I agree. I did not think that you were going to go with this, and so I think you are forcing me to pick the ones. And I
think we can just throw those in as honorable mention. I think those fit in. It feels like the mono rocks in a way, like for me.
Sure. Okay.
Because those go in every single commander deck. One or the other is pretty much in almost like 90% of every commander precon. We're talking about Lightning Greaves and
the notes, but it's
Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots is what we're talking about. Yeah. So we're skipping
They're
those.
boring to talk about. They're great. Get them, use them. Like, it's not just about the protection, but the haste part, being able to move Lightning Greaves around, and like just being able to drop a 6-drop, equip, and attack with it that turn is amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yep, they're good. They're good cards. Good cards. All right, so that leaves the way. What are you gonna pick instead of the Greaves and the boots? With the fur.
I feel like I might steal this one, but you might be leaving it for me as well. I'm gonna go Shadow Spear.
Yeah, I was on there. That was my next one. If you were gonna do that, if you weren't gonna pick it, I was gonna pick it. All right. I almost picked it on this turn. This my last one.
If you would have, then I would have been fine doing Boots and Greaves. I just didn't want to leave this one off. 1 mana equipment. It gets your creature gets +1/+1, trample and lifelink, equip for 2. And you get to pay 1 permanent your opponent's control, lose hexproof and indestructible until an end of turn. That's crazy good.
Mm-hmm.
That is still so good.
Yep. You don't need to ever equip this. Like, I mean, it's great if you do. You get the trample and lifelink. But if you're trying to target somebody's stuff, removing the hexproof and indestructible is awesome. It's just great.
Yep.
I love this card. You're all about it right away. And again, it's one of those cards you're like, I really love that card. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. And I think I probably play it more than you do at this point, because you can't.
At this point, you do, yeah.
You kind of don't. You balance things out. You're like, well, I have that in too many decks, so I'm not going to play it in these. So that's kind of how you do your stuff. So I'm like, hell yeah, I want to be able to target shit. This is going in there. Oh, I have big creatures. This is going in there because I can gain life really quick, or I need to attack and get through. Trample, boom, that's there. There's so many uses.
It's a great rate for trample. It's a great rate to give lifelink, and it's a great rate to take away indestructible and hexproof. All of these cards, if you just had +1/+1 and trample, and like you took away any one of those things, the card is still really good.
Fantastic. Yep.
Like again, it can go on and in any deck, just for taking away the hexproof and indestructible.
Well,
1 and 1.
To give you a bad spec story, I went so deep on is it Bonds of Mortality? Is that green 1-drop? Because of the removing.
That's a 2-drop. It's green and colorless.
Green and colorless.
ETB, draw a card.
And then I went like 100 deep at least on that one, because I'm like, hell yeah, this is fantastic. And you don't have a lot of cards that remove the indestructible and hexproof and whatever. We have the 2 lands and all that stuff. And then this card came out, and this is like obviously a much better one. It's specifically not just green; it's for any color. But I mean, at that time, I was like, hell yeah, doing that ability is worth it. That should go in a lot of decks. Now you have this card that can go in every deck and should go into a majority of decks. I think 90% at least you could put this in. Depending on what you're doing. So
sure.
I love it.
Sure.
Love it.
Love it.
All right.
There's really only one card. I want a quick mention. I love Basilisk Caller. I always have, but I understand that it probably doesn't reach this list, but it would be on my list.
Right.
That's it.
So I might go a little off the board here, and it was mentioned earlier, but I had it on my list, and I personally haven't put it in decks yet, but I did just make a proxy of it. So I do want to start using it, but it's another Lord of the Rings card. Can you guess what that is?
As colorless? I'm not sure. No, I don't know.
Palantir of Orthanc. I love this card. The idea of this, and actually Abukaki mentioned it earlier, is like, this one you should pick this one over the One Ring. But I like this one a lot. So it's 3 colorless at the beginning of your end step. So you get its trigger the first turn you play it. It isn't waiting until your upkeep, it's your end step. You put an influence counter on it, you scry 2, and then target opponent may have you draw a card. So that's nice. They can get you scry, you set it up. But if they don't, you mill X cards, where X is the number of influence counters, and then that player loses life equal to the total mana value of those cards. So you can set it up to really hurt somebody, or I really haven't seen anybody play this much at this point. It's in a lot of decks, but I haven't seen this in the wild, and how it actually plays out to see, do people choose the drawing the card? I feel like mid-late game, people are going to choose for you to draw the card because they don't want to take any damage. I think early game, you're milling cards and picking damage to do. So I think there's some strategy behind this. If you get it out early enough, man, when you get to that late game, you could be doing some mighty, mighty damage, or you're setting up the top and drawing cards of finding answers that you need. So I think I love how this card works, and I want to play it more, and I think people should be playing it more. I'm curious actually how many decks it's
I
in,
agree. This is one that I keep on over the last year. I'm like, hey, do you got a proxy of this yet? Because I only got one, and I needed it for like 4 decks.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a great card.
Yeah. So, all right. So, do we want to mention any honorable mentions at all?
I mean, the other cards that we did not mention, if I'm gonna look through the list that I kind of...
So, 2 that are on mine that I didn't before, because your list is probably longer, but I think Scroll Rack goes in with your senseis a little bit. I think that one's a good one to have in there for setting your top. That one's nice because you can get rid of your whole hand and draw a new hand and then set your top the way you want it.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
And then
I was thinking Panharmonicon had a chance.
Exactly what I was going to say. Okay. Panharmonicon was the next one that I thought too. Yeah.
I think Sword of the Animus definitely, and Sword of Hearth and Home, both of those deserve to be close.
Joel made a good one on there. Academy Manufactor. I think that one is a good one to have in there.
Yeah, I definitely looked at that multiple times, and I was just kind of going like, that's a specific card. Like you can't. And so I was kind of trying to cut those, and that's why like Roaming Throne wasn't necessarily on my list.
Gotcha.
Even though I totally understand why you picked it. Whereas like
Joel, I'll say Helm of the Host, I've switched on. to be honest with you, like we were all about Helm of the Host, but I put it in so many decks, and I get that it's a dead card in hand. Not that it's bad, it just costs so much to come out and so much to equip. If you don't have a cheat way of equipping it right away, or you don't have a crap ton of mana there, like it's hard.
It's 2 turns.
Yeah, and so people see it coming unless you wait until you have 10 mana open, and it's like, okay, well that's a lot of mana. That should be a game winner for a card like this, but I end up not playing it. Like it ends up getting cut because more times than not, I'm looking at a card in my hand and I'm like, ugh. It's just too much.
And so we're talking a little, but Helm of the Host as well. Like any deck that I want that, I'd rather just have Roaming Throne or Sakashima's or Spark Double or something that's just copying my commander, and I'll be happy, be able to play it a lot easier, and it'll take effect much quicker.
Yep.
So yeah, I agree. Without some sort of cheaper like equip cost, I think Helm of the Host is way dropped dramatically.
Yep. That was like our favorite card for the longest.
That was yours.
Well,
I just never remembered the name.
We both never remembered the name. It was always like, what's the helm that it has a host?
Yeah, that thing.
Okay, so to give you an idea of back in episode number 7 when we did this before, we actually went through all 25 rocks, which I'll say 15 because we did it was less than that. It was 20 of it. Is that right? No, because we did the talismans, and the Signets.
But only 5 of those
Right.
existed
That's
at
what I was
that
gonna
time.
say. There was
Yeah.
15. Take 15 off that. So we went through 10 of the rocks because we only had 15 of them at the time. We did 2 band cards. Can you name the band cards?
Oh, the Crypt and Jewel Lotus? No,
Oh.
Jewel Lotus wasn't out at that
No.
point.
Think of like that first year. There was something we knew was going to get banned. It was
Oh, Paradox Engine?
yep, Paradox Engine was
Okay.
on there.
Yep.
Then we had 16 other cards that weren't mono rocks. Some of the overlaps here are Sensei's Divining Top, Aether Flux. You mentioned Panharmonicon, so I kind of put that there. Greaves and Boots and Skull Clamp. Those are the only overlaps that we had for what we are, that are on our list at this moment. So that's quite a bit change from.
I would agree. Portal to Phyrexia has a legitimate. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's only so much space. It's just
Right.
the top 5.
Right.
We only had
It's
5.
one
What
of
would
the-
you put that over?
Yeah, right.
What we said. So,
But
if
we
there's
do wanna-
anything that you
yeah.
feel like would be
There
a
we go.
top 5 card for you in Colorless, put it in the comments. Text us. No, don't. You don't have our number.
No, put it in the comments.
That's the only thing I respond to. If you call me, I'm not gonna fucking
Yeah.
pick up. If you email me, I'm for sure not seeing that. So I don't know.
Okay, before we move on to Stump the Smith Savant, I do want to reiterate again for those that jump on later. We do have the giveaway going. So now that my camera's working, there's the great Henge in foil that is the full art party
Roof
tree.
of light.
Great Henge. I have it already on the card sleeve, so whatever. So we're just over halfway. So once we hit that $100, we will put all the names in. Every dollar that you guys donate puts your name in as one ticket. So one draw, and then we'll spin it, and somebody's going to win there. So that's that. Other ways you guys can support the CommanderSmiths is become a patron. $1 gets you into the Discord. You can get proxies like this little Black Panther here. So we can give away.
Pretty. They're very pretty in foil for sure.
Yeah. Proxies each month if you so choose, or you can save it up and get it all at once, which is what a lot of people do at this point. Other ways you can support us is donate on the live stuff, or you guys can check out our store, which is also located in the description below. You can buy any of the Smith swag stuff. And is that it? Oh, if you have a choice to listen or watch, check us out on YouTube, because that helps us out and watch our other content. Commander games are getting there. That's coming up. I don't want to put a time of when that's gonna happen, but I've gone 1.5 times through it with the editing, so hopefully that is coming soon. So that's gonna be a new thing that we're adding in here soon. So, all right, that is it for CommanderSmith stuff. Let's get to Stump the Smith Savant. Oh, and before we do so, Lowry, I'm going to open this awesome present that you wrapped for me in painter's tape. Check out that. That I was supposed to
Yeah,
open.
we were running out the door, and I was like, crumple, tape. Yeah,
I feel bad because I didn't get
you
you
should
a present.
appreciate that I actually wrapped it.
Yeah,
And then
it's tough to open. All right.
good. I am my father's son.
And then you wrapped it again. It's wrapped inside of a. Oh,
Yeah, you
what?
can see
What? Oh, god damn it! It's a tater. It's a musical tater toss.
yeah,
Does
you can
it
play
even-
hot potato, I think, with your kids.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
sure.
Bring it to SmithCon. We all have a great time.
Yeah, because I love potatoes so much. Thanks, buddy. I actually want to see if this turns on here, so I'm gonna.
I guarantee you can turn it on.
Wah wah wah.
Play with its.
Oh, there's even like a potato thing at the bottom. What is
nice.
this?
Oh, I think that's what it's called.
Oh, it's like an actual game.
Yeah, I think so. So saying.
Well,
you
I
gotta
just
play
thought
with
you
your
played
kids.
hot potato by putting the hot potato around. Let's see now. Let's see. All right, that's awesome.
I just tried to put my ear up to the microphone to hear. Like it's a fucking telephone game.
Not that the headphones will help. Or did you think because I put it through my microphone, it went through the
I
microphone?
think
like
in my
the-
head it was like
like
the
at
can with a
playgrounds,
string.
Yeah, or the playgrounds, those little things you talk into, and it just goes. Oh,
I need more adult friends.
yeah,
I gotta stop hanging out with my kids.
That's funny. All right, let me hit. Gotta get the stump here. There we go. You didn't get Stump, so it's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant. All right, if you guys don't know how the game works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowry is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes, he'll hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no, he'll hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He gets up to 5 wrong guesses before he is considered stumped. He gets up to 3 clues if he can get everything about the card, but can't get what the card name is. He will get the initials of the card. If he has a clue left over, he will get a bonus clue, which should help give it away. The card has to be in at least 10,000 EDH Recdex. We need some more entries. We are down to the last couple handfuls of people. So really all I've been just doing is going down the list. So if you want to enter, anybody can enter. You either, if you're a part of the Discord, you just direct message me. If you're not a part of the Discord, just shoot us an email at CommanderSmiths@gmail.com. Remember, it has to be in at least 10,000 EDH Recdex. Just a reminder for people, when we make it to level 3, every 3 weeks, we move up a level. So we are on level 1. It is level 1, week 2. Every 3 weeks, we will add a card to the ante. So currently, we have the Black Panther in the comic book frame foil that is up for grabs. When we hit week 4, we'll add an actual card to that isn't a proxy. That's typically between that $10 to $20 range. And then when we make to the level 3, thanks to Tommy Olson for this donation, but it was a Ragavan in the Masterpiece, whatever universe. I always forget what it is, but you know, the orange frame that will be up for grabs. So make sure you guys enter because you guys could win all these cards here. So, all right, with that being said, our stumper this week is none other than RoboCop. Your record is 108 and 39. So you've won 108 times, lost 39. So again, we are in round 39, week 2. And here, I eliminated the chat, so chat can play along, see if you can get it before Lowry. And here we go. This one's a tough one. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if you're going to get this one, but here we go. Your pain for my wisdom. You'll get no better deal. Your pain for my wisdom. You'll get no better deal. And we will start the timer. 20 minutes starts now.
Your pain for my wisdom, you'll get no better deal. It definitely feels like somebody's losing life, and wisdom, like with the pain part, some sort of losing life, maybe cards, maybe discarding cards, maybe milling cards, some sort of negative thing. And it could be that player too, like having to do something, but it feels like something's happening to you and I get something good, which is the wisdom, which could be like drawing, more than likely drawing. It feels very black and or blue. It also feels very non-creature. Not sure if not. So like, is this card color identity, is it black and or blue?
Hello, boobies.
All right. Is this a non-permanent spell?
Wrong, wrong, wrong,
It's a
wrong.
permanent spell. We know it's black and or blue. So looking at enchantment or artifact at this point, I'm not thinking about any creatures, I don't think. Can I get a first clue, please?
All right. The art features a multi-limbed, beefy demonic figure casting a spell that consumes its victims in sorrow. The art features a multi-limbed, beefy demonic figure casting a spell that consumes its victims in sorrow.
Casting a what?
Casting a spell that consumes its victims in sorrow.
And you said it's a non-permanent spell, or it's a permanent spell.
Yeah.
So it's not a.
Stop doing the double negatives.
I know. Rewrite. Okay, so this feels like an enchantment. I mean, is this an enchantment and or artifact?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
So it's a creature?
Hello, boobies.
Thanks. All right. I got 2 wrong.
Yep.
Can I hear the first clue again, please?
The art features a multi-limbed, beefy demonic figure casting a spell that consumes its victims in sorrow.
Sorry. That was. I mean, likely going to be a demon then. Let's hear a second clue, please.
The text features an upkeep trigger and sacrifice, plus potential discard, draw, and life gain. The text features an upkeep trigger and sacrifice, plus potential discard, draw, and life gain. Quinn, you are on the right track, buddy.
There's a lot of information there. Man, how am I?
The text features an upkeep trigger and sacrifice, plus potential discard, draw, and life gain.
Oh, I know what it is. 3 colorless, 2 black.
No.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
3 wrong. What? 3 colorless, 2 black. Okay. Second clue again, please.
The text features an upkeep trigger and sacrifice, plus potential discard, draw, and life gain.
It has to be that card. What's the CMC then? You're paying for my wisdom. You'll get no better deal.
I'll tell you this, I'd never seen this card before. This was like, this one's gonna be tough.
You have. If it's the card that I'm thinking about, and it very much feels like this. I believe it's in Jeremy's Mogus deck. I've already gotten a lot wrong at this point. That's the problem that I'm running into. I believe this was a pre-release card. It's only, I mean, man, not getting that CMC is throwing me though. Is it 2 and 2? I thought that was 5. That's why I never play it, because it's like
Joel
Are you
has the CMC, so he knows what it is.
Because basically what it is in my mind, it's at upkeep, you choose an opponent, they can choose to sacrifice a creature. If they don't, they either have to have you draw a card or discard a card and lose life. It's like some sort of configuration on that. Power toughness is off by 1, so I want to say like it's like a 4/3 or a 5/4. It's a demon. There might be 2 arts. That's probably maybe the problem that I'm running into. But I could just be completely wrong.
Renshai has the initials.
Only black? Is it mono black?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
You need that last clue.
Yeah.
Want it?
Yeah.
This card is in 13,000 EDH rec deck, so it just meets the threshold there. Only printed in Strixhaven and used in 63% of all the Gitrog Ravenous Rider. I don't think I put the R on there. Or no, I think it might be Ravenous Ride. Is it? The Gitrog.
Can I
Oh, it
get
is
that third
Ravenous
clue
Red.
again then, please?
This card is in 13,000 EDH rec decks, only printed in Strixhaven, and used in 63% of all the Gitrog Ravenous Ride decks.
I believe that's the one from Outlaws, which is a green-black one. I kind of came out expensive, so I didn't buy that one, but I'm pretty sure it's the green-black one. So we're saying that it's a green-black card, potentially. Multiple arms. It's from Strixhaven.
I think with you being behind the 8 ball with 4 wrong guesses, it's gonna be tough if you pull this one out of your butthole. I'll be impressed.
I gotta kind of
Reshift what you were thinking it was.
yeah, that's the problem. Like I was very certain it was
Right.
that the
I know.
demon. Do you know what demon I'm talking about though?
Is it just black you're saying?
Yeah.
I actually don't.
I think it's tormented demon or something. That's absolutely what I was thinking it was. Okay, so we're thinking that it's green black. We are because of the Gitrog monster deck, and it's not only black. So it basically has to be green black. Can I get all the clues, please?
Yep. The art features a multi-limbed, beefy demonic figure casting a spell that consumes its victims in sorrow. The text features an upkeep trigger and sacrifice, plus potential discard, draw, and life gain. This card is in 13,000 EDH rec decks, only printed in Strixhaven and used in 63% of all the Gitrog Ravenous Ride decks.
All right, Strixhaven. Can I? Oh fuck. Oh,
As I said, this one was a tough one. I have not seen this
it's
card.
gonna be a tough one because they have all them fucking flip cards that have the dual legends. It could be. Can I get everything again?
The art features a multi-limbed, beefy demonic figure casting a spell that consumes its victims in sorrow. The text features an upkeep trigger and sacrifice, plus potential discard, draw, and life gain. This card is in 13,000 EDH rec decks, only printed in Strixhaven, used in 63% of all Gitrog Ravenous Ride decks.
Okay, Strixhaven puts me to Witherbloom. It's not that dragon. There is an upkeep. There is. I mean, it's the untapping of the lands. Okay, so I do think it's probably some sort of
10 minutes.
Flip?
We're halfway.
I think it's some sort of flip card. And I feel like okay, so there is is it that motherfucking no, it's not that pest. It's not that pest lord. It could be that backside though. You're not just talking about one side of a card, right? If it is a flip card, it has to be both sides we're talking about.
Right,
or-
and we don't typically do the flip stuff. I don't really allow that. It has to be the front,
Okay.
the casting side. If it is a flip, it's the casting side.
Okay. Okay. Upkeep trigger. There's a loot. So draw a discard. Can I get the second clue again, please?
The text features an upkeep trigger and sacrifice, plus potential discard, draw, and life gain. And with that potential, it's all three of those. It's not just one like choosing. It's all three. So it's plus potential discard, draw, and life gain.
I might need to just hear it a bunch of times. I might be getting there. Can I hear? No. Multi-limbed. Can I hear everything again?
Sure. The art features a multi-limbed, beefy demonic figure casting a spell that consumes its victims in sorrow. The text features an upkeep trigger and sacrifice, plus potential discard, draw, and life gain. This card is in 13,000 EDH rec decks, only printed in Strixhaven, and is used in 63% of all the Gitrog Ravenous Ride decks. Why don't we narrow some of this down? What color do we got?
Oh, I mean, it's green and black.
Hello, boobies.
We know it's a creature.
Hello, boobies.
What's our creature type?
Oh, I'm not going there yet.
Okay.
I don't know. I have to almost have a firm picture of what's going on. So, upkeep, there's a sacrifice, there's a draw and a discard, and there's gain life. And so it feels like at the upkeep, you're sacrificing a creature, or they are sacrificing a creature. And if they don't, you get this thing. But that seems pretty good. I'd be surprised if it's not in more. I was kind of wondering if it was in Strixhaven, right? Not
Yep.
the Recons?
Nope. Strixhaven
Okay.
School of Mages.
Okay. So we know this is some sort of, it's a green, black, dark. They had life gain in that deck that had, or not in that deck, but that, like green and black had a life gain thing, but that was kind of more the precon. There's an upkeep trigger, sacrifice. What are they doing? What's the draw discard? I would like that. I just said I like that. Why wouldn't I know what that is for green and black? Can I hear the second one again, please?
The text features an upkeep trigger and sacrifice, plus potential discard, draw, and life gain.
This is definitely a good one, RoboCop. I got thrown off, and now I can't. I'm not even sure if green and black had demons. So what's the first one again?
The art features a multi-limbed, beefy demonic figure casting a spell that consumes its victims in sorrow.
Creature type, is it a demon?
Travis Knight said
Hello, boobies.
he's never seen this card. I was like, I haven't either until I was doing the clues. I was like, I've never seen this.
Can't really remember what Gitrog does. It's a saddle. You saddle it, and if it attacks, there's some sort of.
I can give you that since you don't know that one. Let's see. The ride is Trample Haste. Whenever Gitrog monster deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice a creature that saddled it this turn. If you do, draw X cards and then put X lands from your hand on the battlefield tapped, where X is a sacrifice creature's power, saddle 1. So it wants to get saddled and then it wants to sacrifice.
It's a demon. It's a green-black demon?
And that's its only creature type. There's no other
Okay.
added.
Hot damn. Hot damn. So we know this is probably 5 or above. It's a creature. It has the upkeep spots. Man, wow. I am very much drawing a blank on this. It feels like something that I would really like. But maybe I don't like the upkeep trigger of sacrificing your own creature. Is that what happens?
Stupid light is going crazy behind me.
Is everything else, does it have flying?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
RoboCop.
no idea.
You win the Black Panther. Let me just show that really quick. But we start over again, guys. We got to start over again. All right, Larry, I'm going to give you some extra clues to see if you can get this. The CMC has 1 colorless, 1 black, 1 hybrid green or black, and 1 green.
Okay. Is it like an 8 power?
It's a 7/6, so that's why I did the
7/6.
beefy in the clue to try to
Yeah.
give it so it's bigger.
It's
Also,
uncommon.
Yep, it is uncommon. I gave you a little bit extra with the name. Consumes was a keyword to kind of pick off there because it consumes and sorrow were the 2 keywords to kind of get. I don't know what the first word is. Its name, so I'm not going to be able to help you there. But the initials are DWE.
I wasn't gonna get there. Well, I've seen the card, but I don't like it. How about that?
So yeah, it's at the beginning of your upkeep. Sacrifice a creature.
Yeah.
When you sacrifice this, each opponent discards a card. You draw a card and you gain 2 life.
Yeah, but I can see it being really good in that get draw deck, like drawing 7 cards
because you're using it to saddle. So I will show the card here. It is Daemogoth, I think is how you say that. Daemogoth Woe Eater. So the woe was the sorrow, and the consumes is the eater. So I was trying to get you to. There was no way I was going to get you the first name, but I was trying to give you some clues in that first clue. Because this one's tough, man.
That's a good one.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I should have done, instead of potential, I should have said plus self-sacrifice gives you discard draw and life gain. But I wasn't
going to be anywhere close either way. So, look up tormented demon. Maybe just D.
Tormented soul.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm not seeing tormented.
Tormentor?
OR?
OR, yeah.
Oh, there's a lot more. Oh, maybe not. Is it just red?
No, it's black. God damn it. All right, I'm off.
Well, we haven't done this for like over a month at this point.
Good.
Congratulations, RoboCop. So, Lowry, we will start everything over next week with starting from week 1. RoboCop, you will win that freaking sweet Black Panther. I love Black Panther. I told that on that episode. It's one of my favorite decks, so you should build it.
Yeah.
It's really good. But yeah, so that should do it. I think that's it for this week. So again, next week it sounds like we're going to do Tuesday, right? You want to do Tuesday episode again?
Yeah, let's do Tuesday again.
Okay, so yep, check for you guys on the live stuff, for donating and all that stuff to win that. Do the raffle for the Great Henge. Make sure you're here on Tuesday. You don't have to be here once you've donated. Your name is in there, so you don't have to be here when we do the drawing if we hit it next week and you're not here.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So, all right, gang, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next Tuesday.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love
That was a tough
boobs.
one.
I'm bunkers
That was
for
really tough.
hunkers.
That was a tough
I
one.
love boobs. Thanks
Nice.
for the memories. I love boobs.
Hey, you kindly tap the like and subscribe button, and if you're ever in the mood, head on over to CommanderSmiths.com, and you can get the shirts green and some other stuff. Thank you.